What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I am doing yet another swatch and review. You guys have been asking me to do more drugstore slash affordable nail polishes, so today I am showing you guys the new Salon Perfect Neon Pop collection. So this collection is actually kind of crazy because there are 32 shades. I do not have all of them. I am showing you guys 16 of them, which is a lot of swatches. But if you guys are interested in seeing the other 16, just let me know in the comments and I can get them and I can swatch them for you too. But I figured we'd just get the gist of it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Let's just look at the swatches. Alright, you guys already know the drill. I'm just using my base coat under all of my swatches to protect my natural nails and keep anything from staining. Alright, so first up we have Show Me the Money, and this is a nice aqua color. On the first coat, it was super sheer. It kind of gave me that jelly-like feel just because it felt like it was going to be super shiny, but it ended up actually drying to that rubbery satin finish, which I think maybe 90%, if not all of the polishes in this collection do dry to that finish, which I ended up actually totally loving, although I do recommend using top coat if you want your manicure to last. Anyway, second coat, still pretty sheer. Even though I have short nails, you could see visible nail line, so I ended up throwing on a third coat. Honestly, I think this color is super pretty, but I'm not a huge fan of three coaters just because I feel like it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of waiting for polishes to dry, so I don't know. I think there are better colors in this collection. This wasn't a great first impression for me, but there are better formulas and better colors in this collection. Alright, next up is Bermuda Baby, and this is a nice aqua color that has a really intense primary blue shimmer in it. Now this one, when I first started applying it, it ended up starting off super sheer as well. I ended up having to do 3 coats just like with the last one, but I think that this polish itself, like the color, is so gorgeous and unique, and I honestly love the way that it looks with that matte finish that it naturally dries to. Like honestly, I think this is 100% worth the 3 coat formula. I have not seen a polish like this before. Just the combination between that warm aqua color and then that really intense blue shimmer, I just think it looks so super gorgeous. I love that matte shine. I don't know, I think this one's definitely worth it. Next up is MER-MADE of Money, and this is like a really light Tiffany blue. Again, like the other blue shades that I have reviewed so far, this one ended up being a 3 coater. It just starts off super sheer on the first coat, and then on the second coat you get almost full coverage, but there's still just a few little spots that you can kind of tell that the nail is showing through, so I ended up doing 3 coats. I feel like there are a lot of polishes that are a similar color that probably have better formulas than this one, so honestly I would say this one's a pass for me. I promise you guys that there are some polishes in this collection that do not have 3 coat application, but this is not one of them. That being said, I do think it's a pretty color. I just think you could probably get a better formula from a different brand. Next up we have Frolic with Me, and this is like a gorgeous periwinkle, almost purpley looking shade, and this one was actually a lot thicker than the first 3 polishes that I'm showing you guys. This one sort of it didn't feel as runny as the others, and it was almost a 1 coater. There were a little bit of patchy spots, so I ended up throwing on a second coat, and this one was actually a little bit more shiny than the other ones that I had shown you guys. This one, it didn't dry fully shiny, but it was almost like semi-matte, if that makes sense. But yeah, this one's really pretty and I liked it. Next up we have Ride the Heat Wave, which is like a really nice medium bluish purple cream. Now when I first started applying this one, it sort of felt like that milky formula that the first few polishes gave me, so I thought it was going to be another 3 coater, but on the second coat it ended up giving me full coverage, so I was super happy with that. Again, it did dry to that sort of semi-matte finish, not as fully matte as some of them are in this collection, but obviously I would always recommend using a top coat anyway. But like I was saying, I do think this color is really pretty. Can't really use it for nail art because it is so sheer on the first coat, but I like it. Next up we have Purple Pop, and if you guys watch my channel at all, then you probably already know that this is my favorite in the collection. Beyond that it's just a gorgeous medium purple sort of neon cream, I feel like this is the best formula in the collection. It is a 1 coater. I know that sometimes you guys are like, well, show us 2 coats anyway. I'm going to show you what 2 coats look like, but this is 100% without a doubt a 1 coater, at least for short nails like mine. I know sometimes if you have longer nails you do get a little bit of visible nail line, but this was fully opaque for me. This is what it looks like with that second coat on. It still looks exactly the same, so that's how you know it's a true 1 coater. Again, it dries matte, it's a beautiful color, it applies so evenly, I love it, it's perfect, and that's all there is to say about that one. Next up we have Cut to the Chase, which is a really lovely lilac cream shade. Again, this one gave me that 1 coat full coverage. It was a thicker formula like the other good ones that I have been talking about, out, and I just thought this one looked absolutely gorgeous. Again, a lot of these remind me of some old China Glaze shades, but this formula was so good. Honestly, I love it. And again, one coat coverage. I'm showing you guys what a second coat looks like just so you can see it. It does dry to that semi-matte finish, which is just so pretty and girly, and I love it. Next up, we have Good Vibes Only, which is a super light baby pink shade. So super gorgeous. This one again was one of the thicker polishes, and I'm starting to notice that the ones that have that thicker, less milky formula end up being so much easier to apply for me, and they end up being 1 or 2 coaters. This one was almost full coverage in the first coat, but I ended up throwing on a second just to get a few little patches. But again, gorgeous color, very surprisingly good formula, especially for a light color like this from a drugstore brand. They just did a really good job. Next up, we have Back to the Fuchsia. That's a good name. Anyway, I don't know honestly would I classify this as a fuchsia. I feel like it's just a super hot neon pink. But anyway, again, this one was almost a 1 coater. It gave me pretty much full coverage, but I ended up throwing on a second coat. The formula was so easy to work with. It dried super matte. I love the way it looks. I love that it's got that cool undertone to it, and I was just really impressed with the formula. So this is definitely another win in my book. Next up, we have Burst Your Bubblegum. This is another really light baby pink shade, but this one definitely leans with a more warm undertone. And this one again had that super thick formula, but unlike the other ones that I had tried so far, this one was a little bit thick and a little bit streaky. So I wanted to do 2 coats, but when I had that second coat on, I was still getting a little bit of streakiness and a little bit of unevenness, so I ended up throwing on a 3rd coat. This is one of the polishes that was just a little bit more of a difficult formula for me. I totally didn't love it, and I don't think the color is that crazy unique, so I feel like you could get better coverage from a different brand. Next up, we have Pinky Swear, which is a really gorgeous neon pink shade. There's a lot of different neon pink shades in this collection, and surprisingly, almost all of the formulas were super good. But anyway, this one is like, I would call this like a Barbie pink, but I don't know about you guys. This one was so super bright. I feel like it made me look so tan. The application was so smooth and nice. It was pretty much a 1 coater. I'm just going to show you guys obviously what it looks like with that second coat on, so you can see that it is pretty much a 1 coater. But yeah, this color, super gorgeous, perfect for summer, perfect for nail art. I would just wear this all day, every day, especially on my toes. And again, it has that matte finish like they all do. Next up, we have Oh Snap, which somehow is even more of a neon pink than the last shade. I don't know, this is definitely so bright. But yeah, this one, again, super good formula, super gorgeous color, makes me look super tan, definitely a classic for the summer. It's giving me like 80s vibes, but I totally dig it, and I feel like this is just, I don't know, a classic, right? But yeah, it was pretty much a 1 coater. I ended up throwing on a second coat, as I do, to show you guys what that looks like. I absolutely love colors like this in that matte form, so I keep on talking about how much I love the matte, but just a little tip, if you guys want to apply your quick dry top coat to make it dry smoothly and evenly and last longer, then you can go ahead and throw on matte top coat over that, and then you'll still have this cool finish. Next up, we have TROPICOOL Punch, which is a really crazy bright neon red pink color. I don't really know how to describe a color like this, but this is another one of those just like classic colors. Anyway, this one definitely had a jelly formula, which means that it's pretty much even but sheer coverage that gives you a super high shine. So on the first coat, definitely very sheer. On the second coat, still gave me that pretty sheer look, and I knew it wasn't going to give me full coverage no matter how many coats I did, but that is what I think is the intention of the polish. Next up, we have Copacabana Girl, which is a really bright neon salmon shade, and this one also has a little bit of a shimmer in it. I think it's kind of like a pink shimmer, but it does give it a lot of dimension, and it does look super cool and unique. It was a 1 coater once again, and it did dry to that lovely matte finish. I ended up throwing on a second coat just to show you guys what that looked like. This formula was so smooth and creamy, and it applied so well, so this is another one that I give a huge thumbs up to. Love this shade. Next up, we have Flamingo Flare, which is a light pastel neon orangey peachy sort of shade. This one, even though it did have that nice thick formula, gave me a little bit of patchiness. I feel like these pastel neons are hard to get right, and I don't know that I would say that they did get it right for this one. It ended up giving me 3 coats for full coverage just because it was pretty patchy and it didn't really self-level, so it was kind of thick in some spots and thinner in some other spots. I don't know, this one's giving me China Glaze Son of a Peach vibes, but I don't know that I would say that either of those formulas are great, so I would probably pass on this one, but if you think the color is worth it, then obviously I say go for it. And last but not least, for the colors that I am showing you today, we have Traffic Cone, which is, as you might expect, a super bright neon orange cream. So this one, I don't know, it was kind of a little bit sheer on the first coat, but it felt like it was going to give me full coverage on the second. It still was a little bit sheer on the second coat, so I ended up throwing on a third. That being said, I do think this is a super gorgeous color, and I think it is really trendy for summer to wear, so I really like it. I think it's worth the 3 coats, but if you don't, then I say skip out on it. So those are the 16 polishes that I am showing you guys today. Like I said, Salon Perfect is a drugstore brand. They're exclusively available at Walmart, and they're $3.98 each, so it's a super great price point, especially for these great colors. Some of the formulas aren't as amazing as what I'm used to, but I do tend to go towards higher end polishes. So that being said, if you guys are just more casual or into the color and you don't mind a little bit of a trickier formula, then I say go for it. I think these polishes are pretty nice. So I will put a link in the description for where you can buy them online, but like I said, you can get them in Walmart stores, so that's where I always see them. Alright, that's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more affordable nail polish swatch and reviews. Leave me a comment in the description letting me know your thoughts on this collection, this brand, anything. I don't know. Let me know. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and you can even hit that notification bell so that you can see when I come out with new videos, which is supposed to be Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but every once in a while I just completely destroy my own schedule and post whenever I feel like it. But I'm trying my best. So yeah, that's it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! So I did recently have a fun fact about how I wanted to rearrange my room, and this is my new fun fact, is the update, which is that I did rearrange my room. So everything is just like shifted like 90 degrees basically, but I'm really happy with it. The only thing that I have to complain about is that now my bed is up against a different wall, and then in the morning the sun just like beams right in my eyes, so I get to like wake up super early now. But I guess that's good because then I can like jump in the shower and get nice and cute for work, so I don't know. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!